Ducked indoors. Yeah, is the picture better now? Yeah, it was beginning to get pretty warm out there, even with water. Max is actually, he's pretty good regulated because of all the water that I'm spraying him with. His feet are actually kind of cold. Just bear with me. I need to take off his harness. Whoops, I'm sorry. Hang on. Uh-oh. Did I pull a feather? I pulled a feather. Here, try that again. I know your harness is wet. How did that happen? Okay, one harness. And honey, wait for a minute. There we go, one wing. One wing. Yeah, oh, we gotta pop the wing through. And then, oh, it's not helpful. Pop the other wing through. Hey, no chewing on me. Well, it's because it's behind you. Let me tuck your feathers. It's sort of like taking a turtleneck off of a bird. He does not want his feathers all messed up. Here, can I have this one? Thank you. One harness. And we're going to set that out to dry. That's right. Yeah, we are wet. We are wet. Thank you, everybody, for rejoining. My phone was definitely struggling out there. Even though I had it sitting in a good shade. Yeah, Max. Yeah, Max, I know. I know. Yeah, mystery novel. Where's part 3? Hey, Tico. You want to pop out of your carrier? Wah, wah, wah. Come on. That's right, you are all wet, Tico. One carrot, one bird. 2 birds. Tico's all wet too. Yeah, so what I was doing when I was out on the patio to keep the flock cool, I had the water running and I was spraying every birdie down. It's right, Tico. Okay, let's go. Yeah, is it nice and cool in here? So yeah, Max had lots of water to drink out there. Alexa, what's the current temperature?
Right now, it's 27 degrees Celsius.
So that warmed up quickly. When I checked the temperature just before going out on the stream, it was just over 20. So now that was before the hour, so that probably reflected the hour before. But yeah, it got warm out there pretty quickly. Yeah. Yeah, so we're inside now. Max is happy. Tico's happy. And we still have snacks. No? Okay. Hi. Like snack? Okay, Tico. Be careful with that. It's drippy. So Tico just grabbed this slice of pomegranate. And he looks pretty happy with it. Tico, if you fling that at a wall, you're not going to be allowed to have palm again, okay? So I'm just taking a quick video of Tico with the pomegranate for everybody. I've got the other phone tethered charging. Max, please don't chew on that. You got caught red-footed. So the interesting thing, even though it's not warm out, with the way that I've been hosing off the chair, Max, etc., I kept him cool. His feet were actually cold when I brought him in. And birds do regulate heat through the feet. If they're overheated, usually the foot is just a little blast furnace. But with the water, he was doing okay. Yeah. What do you think, Max? I think Tico was getting a little bit mad at me for getting splashed so much. He prefers to have his own baths in his own bowl. But, I mean, if we're outside, they're going to get hosed because it's hot out. Okay. Yeah, so I'll post that little clip of Tico with the pomegranate a little bit later on. So what do you think, Max? Just come back to our flock. Yeah, I know, he's just sitting there. He's just sitting there. Woof, woof. It has been an adventure. Hey, ornithology dude, good luck with your climbing video today. Tango asks about Max's hearing. Max has pretty good hearing. He pays attention to what's going on. Sometimes his hearing is selective, such as when I call his name and he's getting in trouble. At that point, he's convinced he can't hear anything. Very, very selective hearing there. Oh, I think we're talking about Connie's bird. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it is. Hey, Brian, glad you're joining us from the Bronx. Okay, just catching up here on a few comments. Yeah, Connie, so glad that Vasco's found you. It sounds like he's got a pretty good setup with you. So Max, do you want to play with a few toys? Well, some of our toys are outside because we were playing in the water. Okay. That's fun. Look at you go, Max. Happy cockatoo. He was outside, he saw the sun was good, thought it was too hot, and then came back in. Einstein just joined us. Hey Einstein, glad that you're back. We were outside and we had to come back in. We were getting too hot for the camera. Flock was doing okay with the water, but you can't water down the camera. Yes, Max. Can we get a buck, buck, buck? Can we get another buck, 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 Max? Maxwell. Is that all the buck, buck, buck you got, buddy? Buck, 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 buck. Good, Max. What do you think, Max? And you sound pretty happy there, Max. Bark, 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 bark. Do you have another buck, buck, buck in you, Max? Rah, 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 rah. Rah, 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 rah. Well, that's pretty good for balking indoors, Max. Usually they don't get a buck balk indoors. I think it's because he was happy to be outside and then happy to be back in. This week we're probably not going to be doing a lot outdoors. I do have one video I'm putting together that's still an outdoor video from last week that I'm going to post. But when it gets this hot, only time we'll go outside is in the evening because it's just a little bit too much for every birdie and every human, right? So what do you think, Mr. Cluckatoo? Yeah, that is the ancient language of Bach. Bach, 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 Bach. Oh yes, Connie, you might be talking about his portrait. I did show that one off this week, but I'll bring it back. And we got this really, really cool portrait this week of Max. What do you think, Max? We were able to choose our own costume. And this one is canvas, really, really well done. And the photo is based on one that I sent. But I think you look pretty regal. Yeah, fluff and chops and fluff and chops. Maximum fluff and chops. Yeah, so that came from our friends over at Crown and Paw. A little bit early for a birthday gift. If anybody wants to get one themselves, Crown and Paw, I posted up a video about it. They are offering a 15% discount to any of Max's flockers, and the discount code is on the other video, Max15. But really, really cool that we got that in the mail. Yeah, it absolutely captures him perfectly. Yeah, so I was actually really, really impressed. They look kind of cool, but I think every time I've looked at them, I've sort of thought, well, kind of, I don't know what the quality is going to be like. And then when I got it and I looked at it, all I could say is, wow, that's really, really nice, really top quality. So huge thank you to our friends at Crown and Paw for that. What do you think, Max? You are such a fluffy little man. Okay. There, come in a little closer. Yeah. Yeah. Max also had a couple of really fun videos this week of him barking at dogs. What really impresses me, Max grew up with some dogs and he remembers how to bark at them. Doesn't bark at all dogs. Usually they instigate and he replies. The first video on Monday, we were walking and those dogs really started barking at Max, so he gave them what for. Like, yeah, while you're talking to me, I'll talk right back. Dogs were a little bit confused. And the playground video with the smaller dog, Max was just being, there were two smaller dogs, and Max was being utterly polite with just a little tiny ruff, ruff, almost as if you're a small dog, I don't want to scare you. I thought that was just adorable. So behind me, pomegranate massacre is still occurring. Okay, let's see. I know I'm missing a few comments and I'm going to try and grab them on the other device so that I'm not jostling the phone as much. Because that does not always work out super well. Yeah, so yeah, that's actually unusual. We usually don't get that kind of balking from Max indoors. I think he's happy to be back indoors. He was happy that he got to go out. Really would have been pretty pissed off if he didn't get to go out. But yeah, he's still drying off a little bit. I can tell you, although I did not put the hose on myself, I got sprayed pretty good by the birds, so I'm still drying off. Yeah, so occasionally YouTube will hide a video, and I try to make a point of going into anything that has been held for review to make sure it gets released on a timely manner. Sometimes what happens with those is it might look like a URL. There might be a period in the middle of two words. YouTube usually will hold something like that because most of the time it is somebody putting in a sneaky link. So I try to keep an eye on those and release those. Yeah, inside or outside is fun. I think this coming week we're probably going to spend a bunch of time inside, and we may even spend some time down in the basement just because of what the temperatures are forecast. Oh, my bird, thank you, Brenda, or Barbara. Thank you so much, Barbara. Very, very kind of you. Just sent a super chat. Hey, Max, isn't that super? That was super. Maybe we'll buy you some special treats, Max, for your hatch day next week. So next Saturday we are going to, hey, next Saturday we are going to Maxwell. Max, no chewing on that. Okay. You can climb down if you want, but you can't chew on it. Okay, Max. Thank you. Next Saturday, we're going to celebrate its hatch anniversary, as we were telling you about, July the 1st. And, not even sure quite where we're going to be. If it's way too hot, we may even be trying to stream from the basement. That could be very, very interesting. Yes, Sue, I did see your super chat last week. I thought I'd said thank you for that one. Yeah, Puff and Feathers, definitely. Yeah. So just comments on YouTube hiding comments. I'm not going to delete a comment on YouTube unless it is a spam, somebody trying to scam people, or somebody I believe is trying to scam people. If we get a weird link from somebody I don't know and it's out of context, that's not going to be there for long. The other thing I will reserve the right to delete is if somebody is being abusive, because this one is a family-friendly channel, and we're there to be friends and whatnot. somebody's abusive, they're going to find themselves deleted off chat and banned. We know we've seen Einstein do that a few times, but I'm not going to arbitrarily delete any comments. We do see you today, Sue. Yes, Einstein, that picture is definitely handsome. We're really, really fortunate to get it. Yeah. So Sue comments to Amanda that last week was rough, but she's happy to be with us today. And she's right. I do have her email. If anybody ever wants to say how to chat Sue off of here, you can reach out to maxmoluccan@gmail.com, and I'll check with Sue to make sure I've got her permission and send over the email. That's a nice way to protect email addresses and, keep them off of public. Okay, let's see. What else have we got here for comments? Are you just gonna nap now, bud? I think you are. Are you enjoying that, Tico? Tico's still working on a pomegranate slice. Looks pretty happy to have it. I did give him one outside, but he hadn't touched it outside. Wanted to get into it as soon as he got inside, though. So what I do when I serve pomegranate to the flock is I'll just slice it or break it. They can pull the seeds out of it themselves. I mean, they've got a beak and a claw. Slicing it can be a little bit messy, red juice everywhere, but that's okay too. I actually expected today's food. So Max can hear some kids outside right now, and that's what he's yelling about because he's now thinking he'd rather be outside where the kids are. Yeah, you are pretty noisy there, Max. Now, Max definitely has his own ideas about being social and calling to people. And now we're climbing down. Let's chase the Max. Is that a good bird, Max? Do you see some toys? Yeah, Tango, I think the flock agrees about fireworks. A couple of years ago, there was actually a firework. Maxwell, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh means you can't chew on that. Would you like something you can chew on? I reach over. That's chewable. But a couple of years ago, the field that you've actually seen, it's a dry pond. You've seen it in many videos when we've been out walking. And it is literally a block away from the house. A couple of years ago, they had a firework display in there. And it was not very well communicated. I think they told the kids at school about it. I didn't know what was going on. And a couple of my neighbors did not know what was going on either. And when I went out, I'm trying to figure out, I was out for the evening, poor birds. And as I went out, I was wondering, well, how come they've got the road closed off and they're waving me out? There's a bunch of people walking in. Maybe it's a summertime soccer event or something. There's a lot of kids. So I went out, didn't think twice about it. And when I got home, I flipped open the community Facebook page and I saw a replay of a firework display. I also had two birds that were not very happy with me. And yeah, I was pretty upset about it actually. If I would have known what was going on, the birds would have gone out with me and would not have been subject to that. Now, before I left, I did hear loudspeakers with some really loud music, and I thought, that's pretty rude. Unusual they've got the music that loud for a soccer event, but you know, it looked like a kid's party to me. Did notice the next day that my chairs on my patio, including one Max is sitting on right now, were missing. And I was kind of pissed off about that as well. You know, somebody stole my patio furniture. And I went for a walk and I noticed them sitting in the field. Now my chairs are kind of obvious, especially when they've got a bird nibble on them. So I had to carry them back to the patio myself. Somebody had obviously borrowed them for the firework display. So apparently this was a big one. It was funded by a bunch of groups, but just they did not do a very good job of communicating it out. You know, one of my neighbors said she was sitting at home, she was hearing loud music, and then all of a sudden her dog just went nuts as the fireworks started. And gee, I wonder why. So yeah, not great, but the birds are not a fan of fireworks. But they seem to be okay with thunder and lightning. Unless it gets too close. Max wants to go indoors as soon as a storm hits, which is pretty smart. And Tico in the middle of the night can be startled by a lightning thunderstorm. So yeah, I'm just catching up here on a few comments. So a few people are talking about Discord. For those of you who are interested, Discord is free. I think of it more of sort of a bit of a chat room, but it's more of a modern chat room. I think it came out of gaming culture, but there are a few of us on there and we just really use it as a bit of a chat room, a place where we can connect, a place where you can send some private messages, etc. I'll make sure that the Discord link in our description is up to date. It is at the bottom of all videos, but it's possible it may have expired. I thought I put one that was evergreen. But if you are interested in joining us, feel free to. It's a fairly small, quiet group there. But, you know, really Discord is what you make of it. I know it's not for every birdie. I know Tango is not really a fan of it. But there are a few of us who are on there, so feel free to come on over. And if you need a hand setting up, feel free to drop me, and that's Max, an email, maxmoluccan@gmail.com. And I'll either help you or I'll put you in touch with ornithology dude or somebody else who can give you a hand and walk you through it. I think the kids walked past. Max is now pretty tired after having defended his honor and telling off the neighborhood. Yeah, you don't see many of the temper tantrums on camera. Usually when Max starts to throw one, I pick up the camera pointed at him and he says, well, it's unfair. You can't do that. I don't want that on social media. And he hushes up. Then he starts screaming as soon as I put down the phone. So it is kind of nice when he yells. Tango, I think you got it. My best friends are outside and you have me sitting in this corner like a ceramic bird. Well, Max knows it's pretty warm outside. And he doesn't even know who walked past yet, but definitely they're his best friends in the whole wide world. Everybody is. He's very, very social. Okay, do you want some scritches, buddy? Oops. Yeah? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, just a few scritches. Yeah. Oh, you're so fluffy. Look at that. So fluffy. So fluffy and so tired. Yeah. And still a little bit wet underneath the feathers. That means that he got sprayed down, but good when we were outside. Oh, definitely Max wants all of the attention. Yeah, Lucy and Linus just joined us on the Discord channel as well this week. So it's possible though that I've got some old links up as well. What do you think, Max? Was that good? Now, I had a bowl full of bird treats. Would you like a bird treat? Grapes? Nope, no grapes. Chico's definitely going after the grapes today. Pardon me, Max? I think well, Lucy and Linus, I mean, I make the flock peel their own grapes. Very, very mean. He's probably going to poop in my shoes anyhow. Anybody remember the stream last year when he did that on the patio and I put my foot in it? Yeah, I was not super happy about that. Maxwell, can you be good? I need to grab paper towel and wipe pomegranate juice off of a wall. While it is still fresh. And the floor. How do you manage to do that with pomegranates, buddy? Well, yeah. Pomegranates make a huge mess. That's why we don't get them super often. So Max is watching me wash the wall. I think Tico's trying to figure out why I'm wiping down the wall. He just finished redecorating. So does anybody know why pomegranate juice in particular is something the birds want to flame? son. Yeah, I know. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the bird who threw pomegranate juice all over the wall. Wonder who that could have been. So if you own any birds, you will understand exactly what I'm doing right now. Wipe it down before it sets. And on the blinds. Wow, Chico, you did such a good job with that. Just on wiping up pomegranate juice, get it before it gets a chance to dry and stain permanently. See, am I missing any spots, Chico? Chico, I don't understand. You didn't hit the ceiling this time. Okay. How did you get it over here? Oh yeah, just keep hiding me like you're innocent. Pomegranate juice everywhere. Well, yes, I do blame you, Tico. It's the birdie who's eating the pomegranates. I know. I'll sweep that up later. Really? And the floor? Maxwell, I hope you've been good. Well, I was distracted cleaning up after your brother. Oh, my bird, you made a mess, Pico. And that's why we wanted to eat the pomegranates outside. Yeah, a team sport. One bird eats the pomegranates and flings them. The other one eats the chair. Yeah. Well, flockers, emergency averted. The wall has been washed down. Despite Tico's best efforts, he didn't get the ceiling this time. I can tell you stories about pomegranate juice and a popcorn ceiling. It's a nightmare. We're going to see every birdie next Saturday for Max's hatchiversary party. That exciting, Max. Thank you again for the super chat. Tango, Barbara, Mookie, KT, Einstein, Connie, Lucy and Linus, Barbara, Chris, Rooster. Rooster asks, Tico and Max ever play together? Absolutely. They will play together from a distance. They don't share perches. They're very, very different species, but if Max is eating something, Tico wants to eat it. If Tico's shredding wood, Max wants to shred wood. They seem to have that synergy happening from across the distance. Connie, Max says the world looks better upside down. Nerd Incognito, yes, Tico has had meltdowns like Max. Yeah. All right, everybody, I'm going to let you go. Stay cool this week if you're anywhere where the heat wave is hitting. Happy weekend, and we will talk to you next week. Do you have another buck for us, Max? Buck. No? How about a close-up? All right, close up.